Welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday, which means it's scary day. It's Devin. How's it going? So today I am reading another Reddit scary story. It is called Something is Wrong with My Fiancé. I found this browsing through Reddit. Of course, I haven't actually read the story yet, so this will be a genuine reaction to the story. Here we go. This is from Redditor The Life of Nikki. My name is Nikki. I'm 23 and engaged to a wonderful man named Mark. We live together in a small apartment on the top floor of an old house in a small town in mid-Illinois. Overall, we have a happy relationship. However, lately, the stress of work and wedding planning have begun to get the better of us, and we have been bickering. Nothing relationship ending, but bickering nonetheless. Last Friday night, we got into a pretty heated argument regarding the budget for the wedding and money in general. Still a little heated, he had to leave for his overnight security shift at the hospital. He gave me a kiss and suggested I take a bath before bed, and told me we would look at the budget together tomorrow night, as he was off of work all weekend. Saturday, I had to work a double shift at a local bar. I picked up this job to help pay for the wedding. It's just a few nights a week, but every penny helps. Mark had not yet returned home when I left for work at 11 a.m., which was unlike him, but I figured he was just taking some time to cool down and would be back shortly. I left him a note on the counter saying that I loved him and that I would be back later tonight. Work was fairly uneventful until I went out for a smoke break at around 5 p.m. I had several missed calls from Mark and one voicemail that was just a bunch of garbled noises. I tried calling him back, but it went straight to voicemail. A moment later, I received a text from him. It read, "Something has come up. I will explain later. I love you." I returned home at around 10. Mark's car was not there. Inside, the house is slightly torn up. It was not apparent that someone had been there and had been looking for something, but it did not look like we had been robbed. In the kitchen, I love you too was scribbled on the bottom of my note in Mark's handwriting. In the bedroom, his gym bag and some clothes were gone. Obviously, he had gone somewhere for the night. I tried not to be too upset, so I had just had a glass of wine. Man, that's some crazy thunder out there. Every time I tried to call, it went straight to voicemail. Oh wait, hold on. So I had just had a glass of wine, picked up the mess he had left, and went to bed. Mark did not return all day Sunday. Every time I tried to call, it went straight to voicemail. I received a text finally around 9 p.m. saying that a shift had come available at the hospital and that he was taking it. Sunday shifts come with a nice pay bump, and he knew we needed the money. Again, he told me he loved me and that he would see me tomorrow, Monday. I had taken the day off from my regular job at the dog boarding facility in town. Mark and I were supposed to go for a cake testing in the afternoon before I had to bartend at night. So I took the morning to sleep in. Around 9:30, I jolted awake with the bed shifted under the weight of a human body. Mark was quietly climbing into bed next to me. "Hey," I croaked out groggily. "Where have you been?" He slipped an arm around me and kissed me on the forehead. Bringing home the bacon was his only response. I started the coffee brewing. "What would you like for breakfast?" After he left the room to start cooking, I woke up enough to process the situation. Mark doesn't cook. Ever. It's not that he can't cook, he just tends to burn anything he doesn't oversalt. He must feel really bad about being gone all weekend, or he effed up bad. I wasn't sure. I wanted to know which it was. The rest of the day went smoothly. The rest of the week actually went smoothly, uneventfully. We went cake testing, we met with a florist. Mark painted the bathroom. Everything was pleasant. Nice. Really nice, actually. Until yesterday, Thursday afternoon. I was at the boarding facility filling water bowls for the dogs, getting ready to start wrapping up my shift. I had to go straight to the bar after I was done here, and wasn't going to have time to stop home. There was a knock on the door, and in walks Mark. Immediately, the dogs all went crazy, barking, howling, growling, pawing at their cages. All of them. Strange. Mark is great with dogs. Oh wait, I've already read that. Dogs usually love him. We retreated to the lobby to talk in quiet. I just wanted to bring you a snack since you weren't going to make it home for dinner tonight, he said with a grin. His sleeve rolled up as he handed me the bag he had brought, and I noticed a pretty nasty spot on his arm. It looked like a burn or a scab or something. Hey, what did you do to your arm? I asked, concerned. He jerked his arm back and quickly pulled down his sleeve, muttering some half-butt excuse about burning it on the stove before excusing himself and heading back out the front door. He didn't kiss me goodbye. Goodness. That's crazy. And they're calling for snow. Hello? Global warming who? P.S. I don't believe in global warming. Later that night, I went out for a smoke break at the bar. I tried calling Mark, but it went straight to voicemail. He texted me saying that he was on the phone with his mother and couldn't talk now. Then my phone rang. An unknown number. Here's the conversation that followed. Me. Hello? Stranger. Can I please speak with Nikki? Last name. This is she. Ma'am, my name is Detective Smith. I'm calling in regards to your fiancé. Your fiancé? Fiancé, Mark. Last name. Is he there with you now? No, he is not. Why? What's going on? Ma'am, when was the last time you saw Mark? Earlier today, he brought me food at work. Are you sure? Or, he brought me food at work. Why? Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. What is this about? Alright, ma'am. Thank you. We'll be in touch if we need anything further. And then he hung up. The call bothered me for the rest of my shift. Something just didn't seem right. I mean, I know the police have to be careful what they say in regards to open investigations, but what investigation could they be doing involving Mark? I vowed to call that detective back and get some answers. But by the time I got out of work, it was nearly 2 a.m. and I was tired. I just went home and crawled in bed next to Mark, deciding it would be easier to deal with in the morning with a clear head. The owner of the kennel had given me the day off anyway. And that brings me to today. When I finally realized that something isn't right, I woke up this morning around 10. Mark was gone. He left a note for me saying he was going to the gym and would be back later. Does this man ever sleep? I took the opportunity to call Detective Smith back. The phone just rang and rang. I gave up and called the local police department directly. They informed me, quite confused, that they did not have a Detective Smith on the force. Then Mark's mom called me. She asked me how I was, how work was, how the wedding planning was, and how Mark was. She hadn't heard from him all week, and that she was getting worried. But Mark told me he was on the phone with his mom when I called last night. I told her I would tell him to call her, and then retreated to my bedroom. I packed a small overnight bag with just the essentials, a few changes of clothes, laptop, changers, toiletries, and deposited into the kitchen. Then, in a moment of what I can only describe as a blind, thoughtless action, I returned to my bedroom and packed a second suitcase with some extra clothes, my important documents, anything I thought might be important. I stashed the bag in the trunk of my car out of sight. Then I sat in the kitchen and waited. Mark returned around noon with a smile. He asked if I had any plans for the day. This was the moment of truth. Remember, babe? I'm going with Kelly this weekend to check out that resort for my bachelorette party. Oh, of course, Mark replied. How could I forget? You'll be back Sunday? Yes, probably late, I replied with a smile. I gave him a kiss and headed out the door. I had lied, and it had just proven my fears. Something is wrong with my fiancé. I have no plans with my sister. My bachelorette party has been planned for months. My Mark knows that. I called Kelly, my sister, in the car and told her to meet me at the hotel a few towns over. I told her that something was wrong and that I would explain everything in person. She booked the room using her husband's card so that no one could find us. We have gone over the whole story of the last week inside and out, and she agrees that something doesn't sound right. This doesn't sound like Mark. I'm sitting here typing this out to you kind folks while she runs to pick up some food and supplies. Tomorrow we are going to the police station to follow up on this Detective Smith call I received and see if they can help me. From there, well, I guess we will see. XOXO, Nikki. And that ends the story there. There is a part 2, which I'll probably record in next Wednesday's video. So if you want to see that video, please give me a thumbs up so I know. Thank you, I like your thumbs. Okay, well, that ends today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up so I know. And, please hit the subscribe button down below. All my social media is located in the description below. So, I will see you guys on... I'll see you on Thursday. Challenge Day Thursday. Woohoo, woohoo. Challenge Day Thursday. Or, hold on. Challenge Day. Challenge Day. Challenge Day. Alright. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.